So the goal here is that once a week for about 2 hours, I will learn Rust. We already did that. I'll learn Zig, and we'll just kind of go through it and kind of just like look at it a little bit at a time. I think it's going to be a cool kind of exploration because I know a lot about it. And then we'll do like some sort of language exploration every week. Ginger Bill is here, creator of Odin. Maybe after doing, maybe 10 weeks with Zig, we'll do 10 weeks with Odin. Kind of do like a, take like just 2 hours a week and kind of go through it. What I'm going to build in Zig will probably be the exact same thing I'm building right now. So what I'm building right now is this idea of an ASCII engine, but I've kind of changed up a lot of stuff. The ASCII engine, I really, after building one myself and then trying to port Doom ASCII into something that I can build with Go and make it distributed, what I realized is that I made a couple mistakes. So there's some things I really want to do. So here's the overall project that I want to build. I want to be able to take ANSI, right? We're going to take in an ANSI encoded string, and we're going to convert that into a byte buffer. And I realized my mistake here. I'm going to convert it into 2 byte buffers, right? One will be the characters. The other one will be the colors. All right, the reason why is the following, is that then we're going to take this byte buffer, and we're going to run RLE on it, and maybe we'll look at like some Huffman encodings. We'll do some stuff that's going to be pretty exciting. Okay, but the reason why is that if you really think about it, here let me open up Doom really quickly. All right, so watch this for a second. So what I want you to notice is that as he runs around and as he turns, as this guy takes one step forward, the colors will all shift down like 1 bits. But all the ASCII horizontally will change a whole bunch. So the general idea here is that I want to have 2 different encodings for these byte arrays. The colors, I'm going to use something like a quad tree that I will go maybe 2 times in. Who knows? We'll find some sort of sweet spot. And I'm going to encode this box with RLE on the color bits. But how I'm going to do this is not via that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the previous buffer and the current buffer. I'm going to XOR them, and then I'm going to encode the inverted change. I'm going to encode the inverted change and run RLE on the inverted change. So this would equal the final buffer. And the final buffer, I will be taking little squares and doing RLE on, because a lot of it for the colors won't change. I mean, it's only 8-bit coloring, so it's like there's like these step functions of change that it has to go through, and so we'll be able to do stuff, and I'll see how well that actually goes. I'm pretty sure Prime's losing 90% of chat right now. I'd actually like to think that chat can understand that. I don't think that that's crazy. I don't think that what we're talking about is that crazy. So this is the general idea for the goal of this. Run length encoding is super, super simple. You know it by default. Let's pretend like you had the following string, www d w. What you could say is this is 4w d, or 4w 1d 3w. Does that make sense? Run length encoding is really simple. So, as you could imagine, if you do a buffer, the previous buffer, you XOR it with the current buffer, what you're probably going to get for colors is you're going to get large portions are zeros, and maybe the edges are non-zero. So RLEing the box as opposed to the whole line is probably going to be really efficient. We're guessing here. So I want to be able to run these different things, whereas the characters are probably better to RLE as a line as opposed to as a box. So we're gonna make some like guesses here and see how that goes. Then the next thing I also want to do is figure out, can we run a Huffman encoding on it? And then I had this other idea, which is the Huffman encoding. Check this out. I think this is a good idea. You take the Huffman encoding, and what you do is you measure the percent of change during XOR. So if we have a low percentage of change in XOR, let's just say that we'll call low percentage for now. This is just a guess. We'll call it less than 10%. But my Huffman encoding, good encoded bits, is say less than some percentage. Whoopsies. There we go. Say my Huffman encoded good percentage of bits, because remember, bad bit encoding with Huffman is bigger. Good one is much smaller. Let's pretend we had that. And let's just say that one we're getting really bad results with. Really bad Huffman encoding results with. If we have a low change and a low success Huffman encoding, can we regenerate a new tree and try this idea of static dynamic trees? Or do we call it dynamic static trees? Right? Like an iframe, kind of like an iframe. So these are all my thoughts in my head of, can we make, it's kind of like having an iframe. It's kind of like having an iframe. Every single time there's a bunch of change, we know there's a bunch of change and there's nothing we can do. But if that change normalizes for a second, recalculate, send down the new tree and say, this is your new tree you're going to be using. Or even more so, we calculate a set of Huffman trees. And the beginning byte says, this is the tree to use. I'm not saying that would be a good idea, because I think computationally this would be a nightmare to run, but it'd be cash madness, right, Nat? Right? I saw a Ginger Bill comment. Here, hold on, Ginger Bill. I need the. There you go. So there you go. That is my general idea. It's already a thing. You can add whatever, and you can write your own little meta program. Oh, okay. That's a little Odin thing. Thank you. No, you need to be VIP. You actually are building something real. Need true frames from time to time. See, I don't think I need technically true frames for this. I'm not sure if I do. I don't know if I need true frames yet. Have you seen the Let versus Const Twitter news cycle? Can you link it to me? It started. Can you link me a couple of them? I do actually want to look at that. But we're going to start off with Zig. Then we'll do some news articles. I have one on LLMs being people are using LLMs for encoding, and it sucked. Welcome to the Diamond Club, Ginger Bill. It makes you forget. Let's see. It makes you a target for Nightshade, dude. Though careful, it's true. Look at him. He got banned. What color type will you use for the project? I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means. All right, so let's get started with Zig. I do want that. I'm going to try to keep an eye out for that link as it comes in. Since it's lossless, that's why you don't need true frames. It is lossless, so yeah, I don't need true frames. The moment it changes and my encoding is no longer good, then either I do a new encoding, or if it's too not encodable, we just simply don't encode it. And so I'll need some way to kind of say, like, use or don't use Huffman encoding. Right? Okay, so you get the idea. So let's start with Zig. It's also the reason why, if you didn't know, I did a color scheme change for this little thing. All right, make dir zigging. There we go. All right, so let's first install Zig. I don't have Zig. Let's go. Let's see. Download, install Zig. Is there a nice little script I can just throw into into here. Port, dude, they have all those things. You want to build from source? Let's build from source. That seems more fun. All right, why build from source? The primary reason to build from source is in order to participate in the development process of Zig itself. Oh, interesting. Okay. Do we just have a nice package manager for Linux? Usually anything you do with, where's Debian? I can't read this. Where's Debian? Arch, Fedora, Gentoo, Homebrew, Kiss, Mac port stable, Nix package opens, pack install scoops. Do we not have it on there? It has no deb. Just use pip. Download a pre. I know we just do a pre-built package, but I just wanted. All right, what's the latest one we can use? Windows, Max. Let's see. What can we use here? This one? Is this fine? Is this the latest? What is this one? Oh, this is just master. They do have 12. Should we use master or should we use 12? Hey, thank you, YY, for that tier 1 3 months in advance. Probably just use 12, huh? It's probably a little bit more reliable. Yeah, we'll use 12. 12 for now. 12 is probably the way to go. All right, there we go. And now time for that time I tar things, and I never remember how to tar things. Is Z compress or uncompress? I can never remember how to uncompress something every single time. You know, I should just learn this. I honestly should just learn this. But I've been... Oh, tar XZ. How do you tar XZ? Which one is a tar XZ? Ah. TLDR, tar. Dude, I always forget this every single time. Hey, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that, dude. I forget these things. Lil Bonaparte, thank you for that tier 1, that gifted tier 1, and K Hatching. Thank you for that. Resubscribed. I just started learning Zig as well. I'm loving it. Nice. All right, so we just have to do, let's see, create an archive. No. Do it every single time. Extract. Okay, so X means extract. Okay. X means extract. So I should be able to do this. Effectively, tar X file to directory. Does that seem good? I think that seems good. So I don't know what is, oopsies. Every single time. Every single time. And I just need the prevented. Okay, this makes sense. So let's just tar xf downloads Zig, Zig 12, and then directory, and then we'll put it into Zig. I always forget how to extract. It's funny. I always forget how to compress. Dude, I can never remember any of these things. All right, ls-la Zig. We'll just go find Zig. Okay, nice. 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 Is it not that? Or is it executable? Okay, so we do have a little Ziggy right here. So I should be able to just go, can I go like this? Zig. Can I just hit him with the Zig? Nice. There we go. We got ourselves a little bit of a Zig version. Okay, there we go. We got a Zig. We do got a Zig. Do you plan on writing something specific with Zig or just exploring? I just got done explaining exactly what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, so. Like exactly. Went over the whole thing. So, there we go. So, I like this. I think this is good. This is what I want to do. All right, we got to get this on our path now. Let's add this to path. Actually, before I do that, Zig. Can I just move what's in here to here. There we go. That sounds good? Yeah. Zish, profile. There we go. Good. Good. Yeah. Oopsies. Where are we at? We're at zigging. There we go. And then let's go. There we go. Zig. Okay, perfect. All right, we're back in Hey Chimro. Trimo. Thank you for that tier 1. Let's go. Let's go, Chimro. All right, so we got Zig all in. You already have an entry for Zig in the path, by the way. Oh, I did? Did I just not even see that? Oh, I did. I did. Who would have guessed? I already did this. Who would have guessed I already did this? Pre-watch, pre-coded, pre-everything? Absolutely. There we go. Well, yeah, because at one point I did have Zig. We did like a basic exploration of Zig. All right, so let's just getting started with Zig. I don't know how to get started with Zig. I want to try to learn this the proper way. Okay. Getting started. All right, so we have the installation, recommended tools. All right, syntax highlighters and LSPs. Yeah, absolutely. I do want some tools. All major text editors have syntax highlight support for Zig. Some bundle it. Some requires installing a plugin. If you're interested in a deeper integration between Zig and your editor, check out Zig Tools ZLS. Okay, let's start there. ZLS. All right, installation. Git clone this one. Okay, this should be pretty easy. The old git clone. Destroying it. What was it? Was it just Zig build? You must do it for that version? Oh. Oh, requires this version. Oh, okay. Git tag. Okay. Git check out 0. That's cool. How'd I do? Learning Zig to use it for some part of the games, just to learn Zig. I've been wanting to do this. Zig as ZLS has gotten so much better since 10. Okay, that's good to know because I used it at 10 for a moment. Notorious Sledge, thank you. Watch Low Level Learning's latest video on Zig. I did. YXK. Okay, there we go. We're doing this thing. I missed the Go compile times already. Well, 10 was rough. 10 was rough. So yeah, so that's why I'm curious now. Okay, so we're gonna just build on Zig. Did something happen since you changed your colors? Yeah, we've changed our colors. I want to make this darker, but I'm just too lazy to go figure out how to do it with Alacrity. Man, we are building. We're just building. We're only using one CPU though. Can we use more? Can you give me all the CPUs? Or is this just not possible to do in parallel? There we go. Okay. ls-la. Is it Zig out? That must be where it went to. There it is. Okay. Ooh, I know. Real question is the following. Actually, when I was in zigging, and I went like this. Yeah, I could have done ZLS. There we go. That's nice. Here, since we're here, let's update our little items here. They should have called the output Zag. They should have. If they were smart, they would have called it Zag. Okay, there we go. So we got that done. Okay. So we built it. It was easy to build. No problems there. Everything. Okay, so everything's going pretty smooth so far. All right. If you've completed the installation process correctly, you should be able to now invoke the Zig compiler from your shell. Yes, which we did. Okay, zigged it. Well, let's zig-a-zag-ah. And it. There we go. Running Zig build should run and let's see, should run then compile, or should compile then the executable then run it. Okay, Zig build run. All your code base are belong to us. Nice. Zig build test. I remember Zig back in the day built really fast. Things must have slowed down a little bit since when I looked at it in its very early days to now. Is that true? All right. Next steps. Are you going to give Swift a try at some point in the future? Yeah, we're going to do that. It's much slower, like 3x. Okay, so that's what I thought. I was like, I feel like it's much slower than it was. Interesting. Okay, so that I'm going to put that in the negative box. The first build is always slow because of LLVM, but it gets much faster, not by much. Okay, well, low-level learning, I remember at one point it felt faster than this. Yes, I know everyone says the build system in Zig is the place to be. All right, let's see. Check out other resources present in the Learn section. Make sure the documentation for your version of Zig. Okay. Zig is a young project, and unfortunately, we don't have the capacity to produce extensive documentation and learning material, so everything you should be consider joining one of the existing Zig communities. All right, there we go. So let's look at the Learn. Let's look at the Learn stuff. Let's do. I guess we should just start. We just start where we can. Hey, Jerkle. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Jerkle. Appreciate that. Isn't Zig planning to have their own instead of LLVM? Not anytime soon, though. I think so. I remember it was something about them separating out from LLVM. All right, Zig is a general purpose programming language and toolchain for maintaining a robust, optimal, and reusable software. All right, let's get through that. The Zig standard library has its own documentation. Okay, let's go. Mammon, appreciate that Twitch Pride. That Twitch Prime. All right, has its own Ziglings. Is Ziglings the place to go? Okay, let's go to Ziglings. I feel like I've seen this before. Git clone Ziglings. You like build it to build a test over and over again, right? Intended audience. Let's see. This will produce. You'll never. Let's see. This will probably be difficult if you've never programmed before, but no specific programming language is required. Okay, getting started. Zig version. Clone this. Zig build. Okay, so I guess I just start. Something tells me that this is a little bit different than the one I was on. Do I need to go to 11? Oh, it said the project has moved. Oh. Attention, the project has moved to Codeberg. Codeberg. What the hell's Codeberg? Is Codeberg just like inconvenient? So still installing Zig? No, I'm not installing Zig. I'm trying a supplemental learning. There's no tracking information with the current branch. Git branch. There we go. How do they diverge? How did we diverge? All right. There we go. Okay, we're in. We're in. We're in. All right, all right. The following command failed with compile errors. Root.main. What's happened here? Called from here. Called main. Main called from here. Let's see. Referenced by this. Zigling's hint. Don't panic. Read the compiler message above. Something about main. Open up the source. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it. Exercises. All right, what do we got here? Whoa, why did writing take this long? Where did I go? What the heck just happened here? Oh, that was crazy. It like completely blocked the system there for a second. I know. See, I know there's something going wrong here. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Is there a way to with Mason? Is there a way to see where it was installed at? Okay, installed version 12. So this is, I mean, this is good. It does not ZLS moment. It does not run it on the main thread. That's not even how these things should work. Like you can't run that on the main thread in the Mason folder. Okay, so but it looks like it has the right version. Right? Let's see, install dev. No, I don't want to install dev 13 because I have Zig version 12. There we go. You know what I mean? There you are. Okay, version 12. Okay, so we did get that. Did you try adding water to it? Hello, chat. Hello, Prime. No, I'm too lazy to install Zig. There we go. All right, so for whatever reason, Trouble doesn't work with it. So there's something going on there that I don't know. Whoa. What video game is this? The graphics are amazing. Thank you. Cron Spiral. Let's go. Or is it Con? Con Spiral. Thank you. All right, so let's look at just the error then. All right. All right, function. So I don't, let's see. Oh, look at this. Main is not marked as pub. Okay. So you have to mark things as pub. Okay. That's not too bad. It's Cron Spiral now. It's Chronic Spiral. Thank you. Mirek, appreciate that. Tier 1, 18 months. Thank you. Okay, well, apparently it's disabled for Zigling. It can't be disabled for Zigling. Is it really disabled for Zigling? Oh, is that why? Okay. Zigling's main branch says use 13. Oh. Is there a get tag? Is there like a version 12? Get check out this? Okay, cool. Yeah. 002. Okay, nice. Okay, so now, there we go. So now we have this. Oops, the program that is supposed to print a line like hello world example, but forgot how to import Zig standard library. Import function is built into Zig. It returns a value which represents the imported code. It's a good idea to store the imported code as a const variable. Const foo. Okay, so I'd go const standard. And then we go standard debug and all this. Cool, I can jump. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, cool. As soon as we got a little carried away, making everything const u 8. Okay, good. Const cannot change. Let's see. Values cannot change. Types are unsigned. Yep, and cannot store negative values. 8 means 8 bits. For example, foo cannot change. It's constant. Bar can change. It's variable. Yep, const foo var. All right. Foo cannot be negative. Yep. Okay, so I feel like I already know all these things, so I just should be able to look at this. What's the error? All right, so there you go. There's that problem. All right, air type, UA, yeah, UA can't do that, so let's see, how big is this? So that should be what, a U, at least a U19, minimally. I-19, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. U19, so easy. U19 aware? Yeah. What a great segue. Yeah, U19. So yes, so with Zig, you can specify any bit width. I know a lot of you are laughing, but I want you to think about this for a second. Why would arbitrary precision be good, especially at a systems level language? That's so cursed. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know how to do it yet, but I know that this exists where you can do something like struct foo. I don't know what the exact things is, but you could imagine that one could do, you know, like one could go version is a U2. You know, then the next one could be encoding, could be a U4, right? So I've already have that too. Then I could have like maybe Huffman, you know, use Huff encoding, U1, and then I could have some, you know, other flag, U1. Like you could imagine I could do something like that. Like something like C allows you to do this, right? C, it just feels wrong. C. Like this isn't something new, right? It's presumably it's a U, the size of your system, right? Is my assumption. Yeah. So I don't quite know. Oh, hold on. I got this other microphone right here. I want to put it back over here. I can't really read the chat very well without it. You back on the Kinesis? I am. Is it actually bitpacked though? That I don't know. So that's actually interesting. I don't know how it's bitpacked. It's a good question. Code links. There we go. All right, but anyways. Whoa, do we still have a problem? There we go, 004. Hey, appreciate that sub, by the way, Code links. Okay, so we're just going to go through this one at a time. Let's learn some array basics. Arrays are declared with this one. Okay, size. Okay, fairly go-ish. When Zig can infer the size of an array, you can use underscore. Okay, cool. Values of an array using array index notation. Okay. Values of an array using... Can you invert them? Can you invert them like C? Set the values of an array using our array index notation and get the length of an array using the length property. Okay, length. Cool. Okay, so that's all pretty straightforward. So we have this thing which already has a bunch of primes. Got them. Some primes. 2. Let's see. 0 equals 2, which will remove 1. Individual values can also be accessed with this. Yep. First, looks like we need to complete the expression. Use the example above to set the fourth element. I never know. Is 4 3? So that would be length, right? Yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, nice. It's a proper constant. We got ourselves a proper constant prime. Prime. I just read 1 is not a prime. I just read that and then said my own name. Thor's watching you again. Why is Thor watching me? We're looking at Zig. Thor, by the way, is riffing on a Thor at home clip. Okay. Okay, guy. Hey, look at this, Thor. If you're watching, you see that? What is this? Oh, so much manliness. Anyways, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. See, I can do voice changing as well. Too bad his mustache is fake. Okay. Shut up. Shut up, that guy. 005. All right, Zig has some fun array operators. You can use ++ to concatenate 2 arrays. Okay. I don't love that stuff, but okay. This can be really nice. The bots in YouTube chat, what's going on there? I didn't even look at what's going on in YouTube chat. Do we have like boobs or something? Boobs and dicks? Dicks and boobs? No one knows anything. We're all at different levels in each thing. Never room to learn them all. Get good at finding answers through old questions and thoughtful. I would normally think this is a bot, but there's not like an ass photo. It does feel like you wrote this with an LLM. Thor called your mustache fake, or it's made of Marmite. Okay, Marmite, that is offensive. Okay. Okay, hey, Lil Bonaparte, thank you for that gifted sub. That's offensive. Okay, you can use star operator to repeat an array. Very Python-y. Note that both ++ and star only operate on arrays while your program is being compiled. Okay. So you must not be able to use this in so ++ and star can only be used on well-known arrays. Okay, this makes sense. That makes sense. That's actually super cool. Werenut, appreciate that, Twitch Prime. Okay, so that makes perfect sense. Okay, so we're on to this. We're on. So this is just comp time information. Bastion, appreciate that, Bastion. Let's go. Bastion, did you know that there's some other person named Bastion that also was tossing out gifted subs? Look at that. No dynamic allocation. Nice. Okay, so this is only static allocation. Okay, this makes sense. This is cool. Lead should result in that, so that should be elite, right? Lead. Cool. Bit pattern. Yeah. Cool. Okay. That was kind of nice. I liked that. Okay, hey, now that we've learned about arrays, we can talk about strings. We've already seen Zig, string literals. Hello world. Okay. Zig stores strings as arrays of bytes. All right. It's almost the same as this. Almost. I wonder what the almost is. We'll see what Zig strings really are in exercise 77. Oh, geez. Notice how individual characters use quotes, okay, and strings use double quotes, okay. They're not interchangeable. Okay, so like standard string stuff that you'd come to expect. I assume the difference is that Zig treats a string as some sort of managed type or managed string that has like some sort of encoding requirement, maybe? Is it UTF-8 required, or is it just simply go for it required, but it probably has dot length that has some things, is my guess. They're constant U8 slices. Okay, so they're much more like they're just much more like C. Okay, cool. I like that. Notice how individual characters, okay, yeah. Let's see, what do we got here? Problem 1. All right, Ziggy's is a Stardust. Okay, use an array bracket syntax to get the letter D. Okay, I think we can do that. That should be 4. All right, did I get this right? I think so. Let's see. Repeat the array. Ha ha ha. Okay, cool. So you can times by 3. That's cool. Okay, you can do that. You can do the exact same thing. You can do Major Tom. We can cat them, right? Okay. Print USS. D laugh major. Okay, U must be for what? What's D? D's a U8. Okay, so D, okay, U's for the unsigned int, S is for the strings. Hey, printing has gotten a lot nicer in SIG. Oopsies. Nice. Let's go. This is a natural pastime that all people should be okay with. Hey, Trav, I appreciate that community sub. Everybody, can I get some W's? Are there exercises for this like Go? I'm not sure if there is. There might be Golings. Golings might be a thing. Okay. Let's keep on going. Let's see. You can make a multi-line string by putting / / at the beginning of each line. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't love that, but whatever. It's just syntax at the end of the day. Whatever. Quiz time. Let's see if you can fix the whole program. You'll have to think about this one a bit. Okay. Let's see. See. Note: usize is an unsigned type for type used for sizes. The exact size of the usize depends on the target CPU. Yes. Okay. So this is like C or C++. Okay. We know all about them usizes. But usize is the idiomatic type used for indexing arrays. There is a problem on this line, but usize isn't it. Okay, we'll see how it's used later on. I don't know why it's a problem. We haven't figured out why that's a problem. That looks completely fine to me, but let's keep on going. All right, note that when you declare memory, an array in this case, without putting anything in it, you can set it to undefined. There is no problem with this line. Okay, so you can just have, this thing hasn't been set yet. The following lines attempts to put z, I, and zig into the lang, into lang array, just as we declare, created the index above with variables x. As you can see, x1 is bigger than, okay, so this should fail, right? I assume this would fail. No, undefined is the 0, right? This thing creates 0. Right? Undefined creates 0, correct? Maybe. Let's find out. X equals 3. Okay, so you want a var at that point. All right, the following attempts to do these things. So we go letter X. Uninitialized. Oh, it's just some uninitialized, not defined yet? Okay. Okay. It's just uninitialized memory in that location. All right, lang 0 equals that. X equals 3. What the heck is 3? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I do that correctly? Easy. Easy. I think undefined creates garbage. No, undefined creates the memory. It just doesn't allocate. It doesn't initialize anything, right? In debug, it generates 0A, 0A, 0A. That's right. Okay, that's right. I remember seeing that. Allocate no init. Yes, okay, it allocates with no init. That's right. I've seen this. Okay. Okay, so is undefined a type? No, I think undefined is an operation. Maybe it's better to say, right? Because undefined creates the memory space for the item and fills it in debug mode with 010101001 or 10101010, which is, yeah. Why not have a garbage keyword? Well, it's not garbage. It's just, here's memory. It is a garbage. It's literally a garbage. Is it similar to null? No, nothing similar to null. Null. If you said null, you're effectively setting it to that, right? You set it to 0, which is like the invalid memory space. All right. All right, so let's go to an if statement. 009. All right, foo equals 1. So we can't do that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That just easy stuff there. All right. Oh, what is this? Please use an if-else expression to set the price. Okay. What do we do? Let's see. The price should be 17, otherwise 20. If discount 17 else 20. Oh, it enforces. Oh, I am always sad that it enforces that stuff. I'm not a fan. You know, I'd rather see it enforce these than enforce those. Whatever. All right. We're cruising. Is that the kinesis, right? Yeah, I'm on the kinesis. Things are getting functional. We're getting close. All right, zig while statements create a loop that runs while condition is true. Okay, anti-functional. Let's see. Please use a condition to set that is true until n reaches 1024. Okay, while n is less than 1024, I assume that's just what they want. All right. While statements can have an optional, continue expression which runs every time. Which runs every time the while loop continues, either at the end of the loop or when explicitly continue is invoked. Oh, okay. So this is like, okay. Okay, so this would be, I'd go n equals times equals 2. Cool. Okay, so, all right, so that, I mean, that's equivalent of like a for statement. Okay, okay, I get that. I get that. The last two exercises were functionally identical. Continue expressions really show their utility when used with continue statements, okay? Condition, continue expression, other condition, continue. The continue expression executes every time the loop restarts, whether the continue statement happens or not. All right. I want to print every number between 1 and 20 that is not. Okay, so I have to go continue. Okay, cool. Reinventing loops. I'm not sure if it's reinventing loops. Love the name. I sense a fellow brother, Dish Pit Dev. Oh, nice. Dog Water Dev, Dish Pit Dev. They're friends. They're friends right there. Someone just had a bad time with FizzBuzz. Someone just had a bad time with FizzBuzz. Is the Glove 80 worth it? I'll be doing a review here soon. Recorded a lot of footage for it. All right. Oh dear. This loop will go on forever. Please fix it so that this print statement below gives the desired output. Okay, so this is break. Result, we want n equals 4. Okay, so I can go if n equals 4. I assume break works. Okay, so break is standard. Break is standard, so that's nice to know. Null, hey, appreciate that tier 1. Thank you. What projects are usually applied to Zig? My assumption is going to be much more systems level programming than anything else. I think there's a Ben Eater for hardware level stuff. Yeah. All right, what's this one? Behold, the for loop. For loops let you execute code in an element of an array. For items item. Okay. So here's this one. HHSNH. Okay, so I should be able to go story scene. I do like this. This is cool. I'm not sure if I prefer for a scene in story. I kind of feel like I'd rather do that. I kind of wish they used that. Yeah. Okay, we had the exact same idea here. New language, new color scheme. You know, we got to change things up. You know, we're feeling it. We're feeling it. You know, it's just one thing at a time. One thing at a time. All right, what do we got here? We'll convert the binary bits to a number value, adding the value of the place as a power of 2 for each bit. Wait, what? For loops also let you use an index of the iteration, a number that counts up with each iteration. To access the index of the iteration, specify the second condition. Okay. Let's see. Where do we got this thing? Hold on, let me look at this. Okay, now we'll convert the binary bits to a number value by adding the value of the place as a power of 2 to each bit. Yes. See if you can figure out the missing bits. All right, so we have this one, int cast I. So I assume this thing right here is just a... All right, it'd be start at 0. No, 4. Oh, wait, hold on, is the first level thing length? Oh, what's this dot dot? Oh, 4 0 up until? Oh, is that what that is? So if I go like this, hold on. So if I go, can I do that? Length 1 here. Nice. Nice. So I can do up to, I can explicitly state 4. Or I can go like that to do that. Does that mean I can go like this? How do you print? Nice. Can I do nice. Cool. Cool. Okay, so you can do range operators. Range operators are available. Can you reverse it? Good question. It just says it terminated unexpectedly. So they must be hiding the error from us. I'm curious how that would work. Anyways, all right, well, that's pretty neat. They're hiding the error. We probably could expose the error just by doing you need a while for the reverse. You need a while for reverse. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that stuff is difficult to do. All right, command failed. 17. Let's see. All right, 17. Import standard library, right? That's just a... Oopsies. What are you? Import standard, right? That's pub function main, right? Do we get that one? This is a while loop. I can tell by the way it is. Let's see, what kind of loop is this? For a while, you can tell by the way it is. Fizz, buzz, I. We don't have to use that, though. Let's see, print, I. Pretty sure I did that right. First try that quiz. First try that quiz. Come on. Okay, so I feel like I kind of got it. You can do value 1, value 2, negative 1. Oh, really? Oh, really? Let's go like this. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think you can put a step in there. Do you know what's better than a while loop? What Nightshade, dude? Well, these nuts rest on your chin. Look at that. I already called it. I pre-called it. Pre-called it. This is just a capture value. Dude, I like how I have done less than 1 hour of Zig. Did you abandon Go? Let him. If someone does something for 1 hour, maybe it's just for 1 hour. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Functions. We've already created lots of functions called main. Now let's do something different. For function foo, 8 returns 8. Okay. Let's see. A new function, deep thought, should return number 42. Okay, so if I'm doing this, I should be able to do a function that returns a U8. Yeah, because it expects a U8. Okay. All right. Let's see. How do we use it? Let's see. Powers of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my assumption is we'll do a, what do we call it? My number, U32. Okay, yep, got that one. 20. It's a quiz. Let's see if we can make use of some of the things you've learned so far. Okay. All right, let's see what the main is. Const my numbers, these things. Print powers of 2, my numbers. Ooh, okay, okay. Print powers of 2, loop, 4. That's obviously a for loop right there. It takes in a U16 and it returns out void. Doesn't return out anything. To the. This function bears a striking resemblance to the. Wait. Oh. In the last exercise. Don't be fooled. This one does math without the aid of a standard library. Okay. So this one looks like a while loop, right? Does all that, and that's a total. And we need to return out what appears to be a U16. Dang. Owned that quiz. Dang. Dang. I'm a Ziglinger. And we're flying, boys. Yeah. We're going pretty fast. We're going pretty fast. Cigar mentioned. You just linked Star Wars from a Star Trek reference? Wait. What the hell is this? I don't even recognize this person. It is a period of civil lawsuits. I did not have sex with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky. Damn. Star Wars. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. I did not. All right, so let's keep on going. I like it. Oh, look at this. There's a Zig cache. Listen. What's that thing? All right. Errors. Ooh, we're going to get into errors. Let's go. Errors are really great. Ooh, I have that really loud. Welcome to Costco, Rock Respawn. Appreciate it. Thor's on the side while Prime codes. Is this love? It could be. Baby, don't hurt me. All right, what do we got here? Believe it or not, sometimes things go wrong in programs. In Zig, an error is a value. Errors are named so that we can identify things that can go wrong. Errors are created in error sets, which are just a collection of named errors. We have the start of an error set, but we're missing some conditions. Too small. Please add it where it's needed. Okay, let's go 11 down. Too small. All right. We still got some more issues. All right, let's look at here. We get one of these. We standard print this one. Number fail, number error. If number error equals my error too big, we do this one. Too small. We do that one. Error 2.4. It's just error 2.4. Okay, cool. So we can do. It looks like it's like a basic. It looks like a basic enum. I can see why people, I can definitely see why you want something, like how they talked about doing something like that, or a U size, like adding a type to it. I can see why you'd want that. That makes sense to me. Like, that does make sense to me. Joey Paschetti, appreciate that. Rock Respawn, no exceptions. Just way too far, yeah, too small is what they all say. Yeah, payloads are a foot gun in my opinion. Are they? I don't know about that, buddy. I don't believe you. Let's see, compiling this thing. Let's see, the following command failed. Let's see, hold on. Let's see, let's see, number 22. Errors 2. Okay, let's do that. Let's look at number 22. All right, what do we got here? Let's go, let's see. I don't know what to do with this one. Hold on. What are you doing here? A common case for errors is a situation where we're expecting to have a value or something that has gone wrong. Yes, I like this. Take this example. Text, get text foo. What happens if get text can't find text foo? Or foo text? Oh, hey, thank you very much, Sven, Svelin. I appreciate this, Svelin. And Mystic Ninja, thank you also for the Twitch Prime. A lot of Twitch Primes today, thank you. Yeah, we'll probably do something. We'll do something like that here soon. Zig, let us make what is called an error union, which is a value which could be either a regular value or an error from a set. Okay, my error, text, get text. Okay. Okay, so I should be able to go like this. I should be able to go my number error unioned with a, well, not a usize. Usize seems pretty nice. Got him. All right, 23. One way to deal with an error unions is just to catch any error and replace it with the default value. So foo can fail, catch and return 6. Okay, can fail. Okay, cool. So this is like an or whatever you'd call this thing. So if we add 20, what does add 20 do? If n is less than 5, return too small, else we add 20. Okay. So we technically don't even need a catch here, but if we remove that, this wouldn't be right? I assume that this wouldn't work if we did that. Here, let's go like this. My number error, bang, U32. My guess is that this is going to fail because this is actually it's actually that type right now. Yeah. See, look, error too small. Okay, cool. We get it. You think, really? You think that that's ugly? I don't think that looks ugly. That's fine with me. Like, I mean, there's also this syntax. I mean, that's fine with me. All right, catch, and can we do 69? Is that an available item? Or is that just going to be no. Oh, that worked. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because catch 69, this one will be, the number's not too small, so it does add 20 no matter what. Okay, nice, catch 69. The syntax is confusing? Why? What's confusing about it so far? So far, this all seems like pretty just straightforward syntax. I mean, you have to go into every language and expect it to be different than the language you know. Hey, broski, appreciate that. And so, like, if you go into a language and expect the syntax to be the way you expect it, like, you're always going to be upset. So what I do is I just go into it and I go, okay, how do I express myself? Right? Ideal language. You start typing and it works. That is not an ideal language. That sounds chaotic and horrifying. It's called English. Have you ever worked with product people? Hey, thank you, 5 gifted subber. I appreciate that. Let's go. Have you ever worked with, I appreciate that. Thank you. I wish I could say thank you to a real person, but I can only say thank you to a ghost. But real talk, I want you to take, that. Just take what you say to an extent. Your ideal language is you start typing and it works. Okay. So why is communicating with a product manager so hard? Are ghosts real? This is such an interesting question. Watch this. Who here thinks ghosts aren't real? Like, ghosts are not real. One in the chat. Okay, lots of ones. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Are you ready for the really interesting things? Watch this. Preferably, everybody that typed a 1, type again. Do you have a ghost story? There's going to be ones in there. Here's the weird part about ghosts. We collectively all believe that ghosts do not exist, generally speaking. You go into any group of 4 people and you say, do you believe in ghosts? And they'll say no. With about 4 to 5 people, you go in there and you say, does anyone have a story about a ghost? And almost exclusively, you will get somebody that says, oh, I have a ghost story. It's really weird. Here you go. Here's mine. Here's my ghost story. It's a secondhand story. It's from my mom. My mom was downstairs doing some laundry, and she saw a kid run by making some sounds, and she called my name. And then she realized that she dropped me off. This is stupid, by the way. This is a deeply stupid statement. Anyways, she realized she dropped me off and that there were no kids in the house. She got so freaked out about that, she called the realtor. The realtor looked into it. Turns out a kid was murdered in that exact spot where my mom was at. Typically, you have to disclose that kind of stuff. So it's like, is that weird? I don't know. My mom was so freaked out by it that she did that. So it's like, is that weird? I don't know. Is that a real ghost? I don't know. But why are there ghost stories? Right? Why are there ghost stories? It's just weird. Kids have been murdered in most spots. That is also an insane statement to make. But why male models? This is so made up. It's not made up. Here's another story for you. My mom, 6 months before my dad died, had a dream that she came home and my dad had chopped each one of our heads open and our brains were exposed. And then a tornado came and she took us all downstairs and everybody ran downstairs into we had a tornado shelter. And then she looked up and my dad was not there. Just us kids. And then the voice of God entered the story and said, "From here you will rebuild." Shortly afterwards, my dad died. The day after my dad died, my mom had another dream where my dad came there and said, "You need to immediately go check this bank account. Something is wrong." Turns out that exact bank account, which he specifically stated, his best friend started stealing money out of it. Like that day. He dies. Next day, best friend starts stealing. Boom. So again, how does that work out? I don't know. Is it strange? I don't know. It's just weird, okay? It's just weird. What are dreams? Why do sometimes people say they see ghosts? I don't know. Ghosts are weird, okay? Life is probably much more complicated than we make it, right? Life is probably... My therapist is going to hear about it. I don't know. It's just quirky. I love this tangent. I don't... It's just a weird tangent. Anyways, I just love that question. Do you believe in ghosts? Because the natural answer is no. But then, like, I just you meet so many people with compelling ghost stories, and so you're just like, I say no, but that sounds religious. Dude, you don't even know what that word means, and you are deeply religious. Like, the thing is, I hate this term because people are so stupid these days, they don't even know what the term means. The term means what you hold on to. You hold on to something. You are equally as religious. You're using the wrong term. At least use the right word. People, just at least use the right word. Come on. You're using the wrong word altogether. Religio means to bind. Yes, it was to hold on to. The general conception of the word religion was to hold on to a rope, your ship, because back then they had to like go on ships and shit, and they had to go like travel around, and it was horrifying. And they'd go and sit on a ship, and it'd be all awful, and huge waves would come, and they'd have to hold on to something. It sounds superstitious. That would be a much better word there. Superstitious. Superstition is also super weird. The least. Like, I can't tell you how many people that I meet that are, like, atheists, but they will, like, ardently knock on wood. And you're just like, yo, dog, that's pretty superstitious. Why are you so superstitious? Right? Superstition is super strange. Everyone is so dumb. What do you expect from Twitch chatter? I don't know. Anyway, superstitious is really, I'm just a little stitious. Superstitious is real weird. That stuff is real weird. Like, basketball players will only wear, like, a certain set of shoes. Have you heard this where like there's like, I will only wear this pair of socks because it makes it work? And you're just like, dude, that's crazy. That's a crazy one, right? Like that's some real superstitious weird stuff right there. That's a placebo. Well, it doesn't matter. It's superstition, right? That's what that is. You crazy. I know people, that's crazy. And ghosts ain't. I don't know. Ghosts are crazy too. I don't believe in ghosts, yet I don't know. Or you know what I mean? Like, I just don't take things so one-dimensional. I just don't even know. It all kind of freaks me out. Yeah. Placebos can work in a mental state, not in like a physical state. Broken and Ansible, thank you. I guess they can kind of work in a physical state as well for some period of time too. Hey, thank you. Trio, I appreciate that. Sorry for the tangent. Let's go. The Rob White, let's go. I personally believe that ghosts don't exist, but weird stuff happen all the time, and ghost stories are simply the vernacular for describing odd shit happening. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, you very well could be right. Jay, appreciate that. A special message for a special day. Broken Ansible, thank you very much. Keo, let's go. Let's go, Keo. Here's a weird one. I will know about 30 to 40 seconds. I'll know, it's not even that. About 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes before my wife has a night terror. She has them a couple times a week. And she doesn't wiggle. She doesn't change her breathing. I can feel it. How weird is that? I can feel her anxiety, like, emanating from her. I can feel her nightmare beginning. And she's not wiggling. She's giving no signs of it at all. And I can feel it. It's weird. I can deeply feel it. And I will wake out of my sleep and I'll break out into a sweat and I can go, oh my goodness, she's about to do this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Like I can feel the intensity about to happen. It's wild. All right. Well, I can't tell. Like I can't tell. Broken Ansible, thank you very much. I just know, you know? It's weird stuff. Sounds like love. Sounds like terror to me. Can you wake her and prevent it? I tried. It turns into a night terror. It's a night terror either way. It's a night terror either way. And sometimes I think that my intensity about her having a night terror will induce her to have a night terror. I can't tell. Sometimes I feel like I can stop it. I don't know. It's strange. Is she lucid dreaming? Yeah, she kind of has some sort of like wake dream. It's more like waking dreamed. She doesn't really remember it. This is the cause. I might be giving her the night terrors. That's what I don't know. Night terrors are caused by the prime dream. Confirmed, dude. Maybe. Anyways, all right. Let's keep on going. Where are we? This is the strangest tangent of my lifetime. All right, where are we at? All right, detect problems. Let's figure this out. Catch. Using catch to replace an error with a default value is a bit of a blunt instrument since it doesn't matter what the error is. Correct. Catch let us capture the value, the error value, and perform additional actions. Okay, very cool. Okay, so I can see why Lewis earlier said that he thinks this is a bit of a foot gun. I can see why the catch right here. I guess the state, you'd have to kind of maintain some of the state in these moments. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I'd have to think about this more. Anyways, all right. Let's trace this through. Just make it right. Just make it right. It's a 32. My error, 32. If there is an error, we just simply return the error. Okay, interesting. So that's why it returns this. So we actually didn't do anything with that. Let's see. Just make it right. Calls fix too big. Cannot fix any errors. Calls fix too small. Fixes too big errors. Calls detect problem. Fixes too small errors. Okay, fix too small. Oh dear, we're missing a lot here. Okay, I see what happens here. Okay, so I go like this. I'd go catch, and I could get the error, and then I would do something like this. A detect problem, we have this one. Fix too small. If oh gosh, I really wish they could get rid of that. I really wish that was gone. Wait, hold on. If equals my number error too small, then we need to do something. Let's see. If too small, we should return 10. Okay. Oh, I hate automatic formatting. I'm going to have to turn that off immediately. I hate automatic formatting. Please don't ever do that. That's a terrible default setting. Because I'm like a chronic saver. So I save, and then it does that. Then I have to undo it, and it's just like, ugh. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I liked that. He's learning Zig. Hallelujah. Well, he's learning Zig. I'm just trying to work it through that. Error is a weird abbreviation choice. Why is error? Why is error? Because it's an error. How's that a weird abbreviation choice? I mean, I could go with, I guess you're right. I could go with like E. Well, what would be a better one? To err is human. What would be a better choice here? I'm so confused now. This is my error. Better, let's call it success. There you go. Successfully failed. Does that feel better? More positive for your Zoomer ass? Okay? Makes you feel good that your code, even your errors, are nice. Oh, that makes me feel so much better about myself. I was still successful. Anyways, is not successful. No, you wouldn't do that. That's way too damaging for someone's psyche. You can't be naming things like that. Zig has a handy try shortcut for this common error handling. Okay, Lithium. We're over here. Positive affirmation. You're good enough. And Stuart Smalley. Hey, thank you very much, Lithium. Let's go. I appreciate that. Put it back to air. Nope, it's successfully failed now. Okay, Lithium. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lithium. You do not use telescope? Dude, how do you think I've been getting to each one? I've been telescoping this whole time. What are you talking about? Chat is wild. Chat, you wild. All right, what's the issue here? Okay, so Chat, you wild. Chat, you wild. Hey, Peak Nuff, I subbed to watch VODs. I always love it. Hey, see ya, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs again. And Broken Ansible, thank you for the gifted sub. Let's go. Wild and out here. Okay, so we have add 5. This function needs to return any error which might come back from detect. Please try. Okay. Yes, because this is a union type, and you can't do that. So that's probably why it's breaking, right? Yeah. Invalid operation for error union. Okay, so we got that one. So instead of doing like a catch, I think this is what they mean by this is that you'd go catch return return E. Instead, you can just go try, right? So this would be the equivalent of that's the equivalent of a question mark in Rust, right? Do I like this better? In some sense, I do like this type of syntax better. I'm always more of a fan of keywords because I can see keywords without focusing. But I do like this. I do like things in postfix because then I can do something like that, right? Which is much nicer. So yes, try just bubbles it up one level. That's all it does. Try just bubbles it up. That's why we return this error right here. The question mark, I'm on the fence still about me loving the question mark. You can use catch and postfix, yeah. Rust has a try macro. It did. So null addict. The try macro was replaced with the question mark. The try macro was literally like the first iteration of the question mark operator. Right? So, all right. We're on 26. Let's do 26. Okay, great news. Let's see. Now we know enough to understand a real Hello World program in Zig, one that uses the system standard out resources, which can fail. Okay. Take note. This is main definition now returns bang void rather than just void. Since there is no specific error type, this means Zig will infer the error type. This is appropriate in the case of main because, but we can make a function harder, but can make a function harder, function pointers, or even impossible to work with, recursion, in some situations. You can find more information right here. Okay, interesting. So inferred error sets could be something we look into. Right now, error sets, I feel like I know enough about errors now to really get going. I'm actually really excited about trying out Zig with the problem. Like, I'm very excited about solving this problem with Zig and comparing it to Go. All right, I think this is going to be good. Nevermind, I appreciate that Twitch Prime, and Balu Mystique, I appreciate that tier 1, and Insparis, I appreciate that tier 1. So I'm going to be giving you guys a good video about how it feels to use Zig, I guess in my head. So more than one error. So that's what I don't understand is how do you return different types of errors? You might have to like upscale your error into a new error. You know, what is your favorite language to use? I don't know if I have a favorite language anymore. It used to be Rust, but I just got so annoyed with certain parts of Rust and also the foundation that I just decided that I got really tired of the community. After Faster Than Lime called me a racist, that was really the last time I think I really loved Rust. And so I was just like, I can't do this anymore. The community sometimes is so annoying. There's so many good community members, and then there's just so many annoying ones. I just want a normal one. I just want a normal, like, why can't we just have just a group of normal people? Like, why is that difficult? Crabs is bugs, not people. Yeah. Rust can be obtusely difficult in some parts, right? Rust can just be really just super annoying. Yeah, you need to wrap your errors into higher order error enums. Exactly, low level learn. That's what I figured would happen. Normal people don't want to manage a programming language. That's also fair. Fair statement. You already are kind of strange person to be wanting to like full time do a language. Right? Let's see. All right. We would get a writer from the standard out so we can print. Okay, so we got the standard out, get standard out. Unlike standard out print, a standard out writer can fail with an error. We don't care what the error is. We want to be able to pass it up as a return value of main. Okay, so that means the standard out print probably returns an error. Yeah, so I just hit it with a try. Or I guess I could also return. Right, I could do either or. I'm pretty sure I can just return as well. Yeah, so I can do that, or I can just hit it with a try. Yeah, okay. So I can do either or. The reason why I can return it is because its return type is error void, which matches my signature right here. So you can return a void. So, okay, that makes sense. I like that. 27. I never said only Go for a year. That's like literally impossible in any programming language. I literally made a front end to my project that I'm working on. I had to use JavaScript. You can assign some code to run after a block of code exits by deferring it with a defer statement. Defer, run later, run now. Okay, so defers. I like defers. I think defers are good. In the example above, run later will run the block when the block is finished. Okay, so it runs on a block level. That's cool. Not on a function level, but on a block level. I like that. That's interesting. So the code above will run in the following order. Run now, run later. Without changing anything else, please add defer statement to the code in our program too. Okay. So hold on, just so I understand, I just wanted to make sure that this operates the way I think it does. Okay, cool. So it is on a block level as opposed to a function level. So it is different. That is different. Is defer just Ray with but simpler? Sort of. Matt's is nice, and so we are nice. That's funny. Miniswan. I like that. Miniswan. That's a cool. Yeah, a scope level is pretty cool. I like the idea of scope level. I think I could really get into scope level stuff. All right. 28. Let's see. Now that you know how defer works, let's do something more interesting. Okay. Print animals. All right. This function is supposed to print an animal name in parentheses like goat, but somehow we need to print the end parenthesis. You know, this is kind of interesting to use this. Defer is kind of interesting little concept to use right here. Another common problem is a block of code that could exit in multiple places due to an error, but that needs to do something before it exits, typically to clean up after itself. An error defer is a defer that only runs if the block exits with an error. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this one either. I mean, defer is already kind of like a hidden control flow. Okay, please make this a failed message. Only print on make number. Okay, so you can do error defer. So if we get an error and we return with an error, we get that. Cool. Okay. So it only fails right here. Defer is good for cleanup. Defer is very good for cleanup. Error defer is useful for cleanup and allocations in case of an error. Yeah. Error defer seems nice. I've definitely written not very nice / obvious code to do things in a defer, but only if error happened. Yeah. Error defer is super useful with allocators. Okay. Yeah, I could see it being super useful for allocators because I would imagine that if you allocate something and then you have to allocate another thing and then you have to allocate another thing and like this is the thing that you want to return back to the person, but for whatever reason you like error right here, you can go back and just clean up that guy. So to me that I mean it does make sense that there's like a way in which you want to do this. I'd argue that defer / error defer is more implicit than hidden control flow. I would argue it's more explicit than hidden control flow because there is no hidden. It's not hidden. You explicitly define it. Defer / error defer is basically go to. So is an if statement. So is a while loop. So is break. So is continue. I mean, they're all those are all go tos. We just have name function calls are go tos. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like finally exists in many languages. Finally is another one of these. This is like a finally in some sense, but it's not a finally. Defer is more like a finally. Defer would be more like a finally. Error defer is like catch finally only on catch, which is it's very interesting. I can see why it's very good for allocation if you have to do like a multi-part allocation. And so I like that. I mean, I think that's totally valid. What if you error defer errors? Do you error defer? You error defer error. You error defer error. Error defer error? I wish it had a yeet command. Skip trace, thank you for that woot. Hoot. All right. Let's go to 30. The switch statement lets you match the possible values of an expression and perform a different action for each. Players 1, 2, else. Okay, there's a default statement. This is the equivalent of that. Okay, import this thing. For lang C, switch on this one. We don't need everything in between. Print these things. The switch statement must be exhaustive. Oh, okay. So if you want it to be exhaustive, you need an else, right? So that means I'd want to do something like... I think that's right, right? Yeah, okay. Cool, okay. That's cool that they require switch statements to be exhaustive. I like this idea. I like the idea of exhaustive switch statements. I'm happy with that. I think this is good. I think it's a good place. Yeah, I was doing Zig. I was supposed to do Zig Saturday learning, but today's track event for my kids got canceled. So since it got canceled, I have the day free. Since I have the day free, I'm gonna stream. So sorry. Yeah, it's extremely nice when doing refactoring. I agree. Well, it's extremely nice doing refactoring unless if you have an else statement. Else's are like I get the point of them, but they can be very annoying, right? I think J below lang you can use the compiler directives to specify whether you wanted the switch statement to be exhaustive or not. I don't know if that really matters to me. Because if you don't have it as exhaustive, you'll end up having an error. Or if you have it as enforced exhaustive, you always have an else. And then you have an error if things change. I don't know. To me, it's like, I'm not sure if you buy a lot with that. You know, unreachable. Yeah, you can hit it with an unreachable or whatever it's called. Boom. Unreachable. Screw that. All right. Anyways, okay, I like this. This was a good initial exploration of Zig. I'm going to use the bathroom, and I'm going to go check in on the kiddos, make sure everything's okay.